All right, hi everyone. Welcome to today's webinar on delivering value to schools through emotional intelligence. Hi everyone. And first I wanted to introduce our team. And let's see. First, I'm going to have Saren introduce herself. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Once again, welcome to our session today. My name is Saron Johannes. I've been working with Enliten for the last 7 months, and my background is in health and disease and environmental science. And I'm interested in sustainability and creating new holistic ways that improve both people's health and our environment, which is why I'm excited for all of you to learn about our recent project with emotional intelligence. And I'll pass it on to Aman.
Yeah, Aman, another member of our Enlighten team.
Yeah, so hey everyone, my name is Aman. I'm a sustainability representative for Enlighten. I focused on earth environmental systems and forest biomaterial and energy environment in university. And that really led to developing a passion in sustainability. And I truly believe that sustainability is a people problem as well as an environmental problem. And I think we need to make a change through education and by integrating communities into sustainability and getting people more aware of that. So that's where a lot of my passion comes from, and it drives me every day to work harder for not only myself but the environment around me.
Hi, and my name is Brian Duarte. I'm the CEO and president for Enlighten, and really for Enlighten, it was about creating a vision that's good for people and good for planet, as we call it. My background being in engineering and being in the energy industry my entire career, I see a lot of technological solutions for sustainability and a lot of different ways we can tackle sustainability, but it's really getting people involved in it and connecting people to the issues and connecting people to being able to give good solutions and good value for sustainability rather than it's just talk or just as an energy project behind the scenes. So I mean, a big believer of wherever you put your attention, that's where the change is going to be. And so right now our focus is on that educational sector and being able to educate people about sustainability for the future. So I'll turn it back over to Joseph.
All right, hi again. This is Joseph. I'm the VP of Sustainable Developments at Enlighten, and my background is in sustainable technology and health studies, mental health and well-being for people. And I really believe that the health of the planet is going to be developed through people systems, through people coming together and taking actions on it and taking actions on their own health and building a sustainable life for themselves. And you know, like Brian's saying, you know, this is really about people. You know, sustainability, you know, is creating a healthy planet partly by creating healthy systems that gives health for people and connects people together. And that's where we started working with different partners, and we've come to be able to bring this area of emotional intelligence to schools. So during this webinar, first, if you go to anyone who does not have their video showing, and you go to the 3 dots and you click hide non-video participants, that will help you with your viewing experience of the webinar, and you will be able to see more of the slides. So I'll let you go ahead and do that. You want to click the 3 dots and click hide non-video participants. So now, first I want to tell you what is emotional intelligence. It is a technology that comes from artificial intelligence. It is computer software that looks at emotions. It is language processing. So it looks at people's written responses and is able to then make measurements on people's emotions and how people are feeling. And this can really help schools in bringing people together for a vision for their school. So first, let me talk about the impacts we've seen of the pandemic on school communities. Schools are in survival mode and parents are in survival mode. Parents have been hit hard by this, families have been hit hard by this, and there's a lot of isolation. Schools are unsure, okay, if their kid gets a runny nose, you keep them home, and that makes their whole work situation uncertain. It makes it unclear. Okay, now can we go and see our friends? Can we social distance when our kids are going to school? There's so many factors with COVID-19 right now, and that's kind of the state of how schools are right now. The way we like to see it is that schools can be a life raft. Uh, schools are in survival mode too, but schools are a community for families, and we picture that schools can bring people together. You imagine, this COVID-19 situation, we're floating out in the ocean. There's a lot of isolation, there's a lot of uncertainty, but schools can be that life raft that brings us in. And we want to be able to give tools to schools like a lifeline that they can throw to people to bring families in and connect to a vision that's a positive vision for their school's future. Why do we look at emotional intelligence? Why do we look at this artificial intelligent software? Because 95% of human decisions are based on emotion. They're driven by emotion. And so we use a system that uses a universal classification of emotions with positive emotions, negative emotions, mixed, and other. And the idea here is that negative emotions are not bad. They are just, things that someone is experiencing that they have to work through, things that are hard, but it can also help drive people from these negative emotions toward these positive emotions of joy, trust, and love. So we collect this data through surveys, and the emotion data can really guide schools in developing a positive vision for the future of their school and for the future of education during this COVID-19 and afterwards. And as we feel it, emotions are complex, but showing them doesn't have to be. These surveys can be designed to help people open up about how they're feeling, but also develop those positive feelings and positive vision for the future of the school. And then we can present these results in helpful visuals and graphics. And all of this emotional data is backed up with statistical significance testing, and it can be the accuracy can be verified, and we'll talk about that more. So first of all, what can emotional artificial intelligence programs help show and do for schools? What is the value of this? It can help show the specific groups of people that may need extra support, but it can also, we can ask questions like multiple choice questions. Let's say an administrator is thinking of some ideas, a certain learning model, a certain way of teaching, or a certain program of how to get their school through the COVID-19 pandemic. They can then, with this artificial intelligent software, we can analyze surveys and develop surveys for them that can then ask these questions. ask questions to parents, faculty, and staff. You know, how do they picture their school's future? What are the learning models that they like? How do they envision, you know, all of this coming together? And it can bring out joy, trust, love, and connection. We can then show where those areas, those ideas, those issues, and those learning models that bring out the most joy, trust, and love in the school community, and it can help guide administrators in their 5-year plan. So again, it brings schools together, and you know, people can be engaged together in developing a positive vision for their school and their school community and education for their children. So how do we do this? We can do this through data visualizations. The measured emotions that we have can be made into emotion maps here with primary emotions being the main bubbles. Here is trust, joy, fear. And you know, from some previous work that we've done, people have a lot of trust and joy right now, but they also have a lot of fear, and that's understandable. You know, the smaller labeled emotions are secondary emotions that relate to the primary, and you can see things like safety, confidence, and certainty, relaxation and relief, achievement and success, gratitude. Here's an overall picture, like a holistic picture of all the 9 primary emotions and some of the many secondary emotions that we are finding in the data. And we can also then measure things with a human experience index, which if we're asking let's say a multiple choice question, for each answer that parents, faculty, or staff respond to, whether it's, you know, which learning models they like, or what are some ideas, you know, that are thrown around of programs that can really help students, you know, be engaged through this pandemic. Each one of those answers, we can show the amount of positive emotional responses related to that system or to that answer. This can also be used to show the accuracy of the data. We can show a holistic view of how people are feeling with word cloud maps. Negative feelings are not, like I said, not necessarily a problem or bad, but they show who need to be heard and supported. And we can guide the vision for schools. We can help schools understand what's the best way to help their schools through the pandemic by looking at positive emotions. Here, they're children of different grade levels, populations 1 through 3, had very clear different emotional responses. So this is the kind of thing we can see and explore and dive into. We can then we can compare different people's feelings on different questions and issues, and as well as ideas by comparing the emotional responses, you know, from those people. So in this case, people who were comfortable with a particular idea or question had much higher levels of the green, which is trust. The joy is similar in that case. Lower levels of anger, which was purple, and fear, which was blue. And all these things can be run through statistical significance, giving results that can be, you know, greater than 95% or greater than 99% confidence using statistics. And then we can filter the data by any of these closed-ended questions, any of these multiple choice questions that we ask. And where we actually get the emotional data is from long answer questions. So people are speaking about what they feel in these long answer questions, and they can answer different long answer questions, and that is what the EI software, the emotional intelligence software, measures the emotions of people. And then we can filter it according to all of the multiple choice questions in the survey. You know, this can really help administrators test different ideas, different questions to the school community, as well as looking at different minorities and groups and specific populations in the school community of where they need the most support. And then the data can be filtered, and we can just look at specific questions, specific people, groups of people, things like that, gender, minorities, as well as, you know, grade level, their, you know, parents' work situation, any number of things. And where do we see this going? We really picture this survey is not just giving insights to administrators in showing where they can go in the next 5 years, how to develop a positive vision for the future during this time, but also it comes back to that lifeline analogy and the life raft. The school is a life raft, and what we really want to do is bring parents, bring school families, bring children together in developing their own education, in developing the vision of their school. And so where we see this going is Enliten Education. We're working with partners that are longtime educators and education software companies. And you know, this system, we're basing this off of the Finnish education system, which talks about building a sustainable life. And we want to use this AI technology as a teaching tool that engages and involves the children. They can learn about emotional intelligence software and learn about how this positive vision survey has shown where families and where people are feeling the school can go, and they can engage in that and learn about these emotions, these positive emotions of joy, love, connection, and trust. And the opportunities using this this software and you know, with our backgrounds, it's really unlimited. We can help support school communities, minority groups, and then also help schools and organizations look beyond COVID-19 in developing a collective vision for the future. So we're going to go to the Q&A right now, and we will be moderating it. Anyone who has any questions, please right now, please write them down in the chat. If you can look for your chat at the bottom, or wherever the menu is on your computer or device. And
yeah, so we have one question so far, Joseph, and it's from Rahwa M. She says, hello, love the presentation so far. I just wanted to ask how you designed the surveys to make sure people are answering in a way that clearly presents their emotions.
Yeah, that's a good question. With the long answer questions, which really give us the emotional data, it's important to ask questions that don't tend to elicit a one answer response, that don't tend to elicit answers that are not from people's hearts, not from what they're feeling. So asking a question that's very technical, that you know is, you know, a technical question, that's not going to get much emotional data. But if we ask, how do you feel about this? what are the feelings you had when you heard about this? That kind of question can really help people, think about and feel into themselves and be able to respond how they're feeling, which is important. Like we said, this is, emotions are what drives a lot of our choices, and we want to really connect to those emotions of joy, love, connection, and trust. So,
And just to jump into what Joseph was saying, we also make sure the questions are unbiased, so they don't particularly pertain to any certain emotion, and review every questionnaire with our partners before actually sending them out and getting a second opinion as well. So we do go through an extensive procedure and ensuring the questions aren't very biased or essentially driving a particular emotional response. But yeah, go ahead, Joseph.
Yeah, it's like Aman is saying, it's a collective process. So, school administrators have an idea of what they want to know, what their vision is for the school, and what they want to know from their parents, faculty, and staff. And so then we can work with them in developing the right questions for their school. Any other questions?
Anyone have any questions? Feel free to jump on and ask it now. You don't have to type it in the chat.
Yeah, do we want to bring back the video of the team?
Sure.
Hi there.
I had a quick question for you.
Hey, Paul.
Paul from the Time Repair Corporation. I was wondering, will parts of this software be made available to the different schools and communities so that they can be more actively involved in this design as well?
Yeah, that's where we picture it going. The first step is working with schools administrators and developing surveys for them. And then if it's going to be a part of an educational program, then the data can then be, aspects of how it works can be taught to students, and the students can also get involved. It depends on how the school administrators want to bring it all together.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a great question, Paul.
Yeah, any other questions?
I don't think so for now. Maybe Joseph, if you wanted to jump into the emotions map, I don't know if you still want to do that or.
Sure, I can show people a little bit more of what this looks like and how it can be used as a learning tool. Give me one moment. So can everyone see this? This is Heartbeat AI, our software partner that has developed this artificial intelligent software system. This is a dashboard that can be a learning tool. Here we have the primary emotions as emotion maps, and each of the secondary emotions can be explored. We can look at which secondary emotions are the strongest. We can then label them, and we can then look, okay, under joy, we've got relaxation and relief, zest and celebration. We can look at what are some of those detailed feelings that people are having. And then we can also look at, see, this has all the 9 primary emotions. We can look at just some of the biggest ones like trust and joy here. And we can filter this data according to every question that was asked, including short answer and long answer questions. Sorry, I'll make this more clear. And then there are, like I was showing before, there are the actual people's responses, word clouds, and different types of charts that can be, we can help teach, students, for instance, high school students, how these systems work, how artificial intelligence programs work, and what this means about building a sustainable life, and how these emotions like joy, trust, and love can help in their education, and then how it relates to technology. Okay, so yeah, let me get back to this. Is there any other questions about the software, about the possible learning tool for students and emotional intelligence?
Yes, I have a question. Hello. My name is Rahwa and I do online tutoring, and I just wanted to know if the teachers have to interpret the report or if Enlighten does that.
Enlighten interprets the report. We know that some teachers are doing online and in person. Some teachers are doing online. Some are doing in person, but there is so much involved for teachers right now. There's a lot that teachers have to do with safety and COVID-19. And we would like to involve teachers and find teachers who would like to work with these systems and make them an educational tool. However, Enlighten does this as a service. We analyze the data and provide it for school administrators. But then with Enliten Education, it's going to involve more collaboration. And we are interested in bringing partners in that can help with that educational program.
Yeah, and just to jump into what Joseph was saying, we also take into account any considerations teachers have as well. So we want to make sure that any data we do find and that we do find interesting, where we can approach teachers, hear their feedback and why they may be feeling in a particular way in order to provide feedback in our report as well.
Right, and it all depends on the particular project. At the basic level, administrators will be given this this information, like heads of school and directors, and the information can then be, administrators can take action on the information. But if it's going to be Enlighten Education, it's going to be much more of a collaborative process with the school community in developing that positive vision for the future of the school. In that case, it doesn't necessarily have to be that teachers are analyzing the data, but they can get involved in developing the programs that come out of the surveys and the emotional intelligence data.
All right, thank you.
Great question.
Thanks.
Thank you for your question. That was good. Any other questions?
All right, you can always reach us by checking us on Instagram. You can find us on enliten.ca. That's you can see the spelling. Let's see. Well, you can see the spelling if we go back. All right. One moment. So Enlighten is spelled one moment.
I'll put it on the chat so that you're all able to see it.
Enlighten is spelled ENLITEN.ca. That's our website. You can send us a message through that. You can talk to us on Instagram, which is at Enlighten Schools. And Yeah, that can also be put on the chat. We also have at Enlighten Toronto for the sustainability page. So yeah, we will be hosting more webinars in the future. This webinar will also be posted, and we can keep people up to date about that. We will probably be posting it on the website and giving links to it through Instagram too. You can reach us on the website, and we will be doing more webinars where we will be talking with different experts in the field and doing interview style webinars that can go deeper into this and basically really understand what's behind all of these systems. So let us know if you have any suggestions or things you'd like to hear and questions. And thank you everyone for coming and joining us, and we hope you enjoyed the webinar.